Most new freelancers don't get views on their profile. Their profile does not appear in search results, and because of that, they don't get views and they don't get invited to jobs, which means that they have to spend a lot of time sending job applications, sending proposals, hoping to get jobs. While freelancers who do get job invitations, who do appear high in search results, who do get a lot of views on their profile, they can get a lot of job invitations and they don't have to spend that much time looking for jobs without making money, because when you're looking for jobs and you're not actually working on a project, you don't make money. So it's harder, a lot harder for new freelancers to make money on Upwork because most of the time you spend is spent looking for jobs. But it doesn't have to be this way, because in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most powerful strategies that the biggest agencies on Upwork have discovered and used to make new profiles appear high in search results fast so they can get a lot of job invitations fast. And with these strategies, you can avoid this hell of new freelancers where most people have to spend almost all their time looking for jobs, and you know, it's frustrating. You've probably been there before. First, we need to understand why Upwork profiles don't appear high in search results, why they don't get views. And the main reason is not because they don't have enough 5-star reviews. It is absolutely a ranking factor, but the main reason is that their profiles do not contain what it takes to appeal to what the knowledge graph is looking for. Let me explain. The knowledge graph is the system that Upwork uses to determine how high profiles should appear in search results, and also which profiles to recommend to clients when they make new job posts. Because, you know, clients do not just see freelancers who apply to their job. Upwork also recommends freelancers that they should invite. So clients are often recommended freelancers to invite even when they're not looking at freelancers' profiles through search. And being able to appeal to the knowledge graph is something that allows you both to be more recommended to clients directly and also to appear high in search results. It also has other benefits. For example, it allows your proposals to appear higher than the proposals of other freelancers in case you do decide to send proposals. So really, knowing how to appeal to the knowledge graph with your profile is something that allows you to get more jobs, not just through invitations, but also through when you apply to jobs manually. So, it's really important to make sure that you make proper content on your profile so that the knowledge graph likes it, because if you don't, even if you do have a bunch of 5-star reviews, you could still end up a year or two in the future and still not get a lot of job invitations because you still don't have what it takes on your profile for the knowledge graph to want to promote it. And also, like, if you don't get promoted, you're not going to get a lot of views, you're not going to get a lot of job invitations, and you're going to have to spend a lot of time looking for jobs manually, which is time that, you know, you're not getting paid. So it really pays to do what it takes to appeal to the knowledge graph. So here's how the knowledge graph determines which freelancers should appear high in search. First of all, the knowledge graph is going to look at what the client is searching for, the search term. For example, you know, when you're using Google, you type something into Google and then you enter your search term, what you wrote, and it's going to give you a list of results. The Upwork algorithm works very similarly. So it's going to look at what the client has typed before they made their search. So it's going to look at what they typed, and it's going to look at all the keywords related to the search term. For example, let's say they typed for web developer. Web developer are people who use technologies like HTML, Bootstrap, CSS. So all of these terms are going to be considered by the knowledge graph too, right? So if you include include terms on your profile like web developer, web development, programming, CSS, HTML, or any other technology related to web development, the knowledge graph is going to realize that you have a lot of elements on your profile that are relevant to what the client is going to search for. And so that's how it works. It looks at what the client is searching for, and then it ranks all the different profiles based on all the elements that they've included on their profile to see which ones are most relevant to what the client is searching for, not just in terms of how many times they've written the word that the client is searching for, but actually how many elements related to the search term are in the job, in the freelancer's profile. This means that freelancers who have a higher amount of relevant keywords on their profile are going to appear higher for a search term than freelancers who have less of those keywords. It also means that freelancers who have a relevant degree or certificate on their profile are going to appear higher than freelancers who don't. And freelancers who have more portfolio items that are relevant to what the client is searching for are going to appear higher than those who don't. And the Upwork algorithm is going to look every part of your Upwork profile to see how relevant you are. And every part of your profile, whether it's be education, past projects, any part of your profile, if it's left blank and you don't include information, you're losing an opportunity to prove to the algorithm that you are relevant for certain keywords. So freelancers, I'm going to get more into strategies later, but freelancers who include less information and have less complete profiles tend to rank lower. You also have to keep in mind that the knowledge graph system is incredibly sophisticated. Upwork has existed in one form or another for like 20 years. So they've had a lot of time to refine their algorithm. Cheap strategies like just writing a single search term or keyword like 70 times is not going to work. Like, you can't just write web developer 90 times in your bio and 3 times in every other section and hope that you're going to rank high. Like, they're going to find out really quickly and they're going to penalize you for that. Also, you need to understand that the knowledge graph is incredibly sophisticated in the sense that they can notice when you're talking about things that are not relevant to what the client is searching for. It doesn't just see the things that are relevant. It also sees when you're talking about stuff that's not relevant. So a lot of freelancers are going to get penalized because they try to make these generalist profiles that showcase skills in vastly different areas. For example, if you try to be a translator and a data scientist at the same time on the same profile, these two different parts of your profile where you talk about maybe translation and data science, they're each going to sort of help you rank for different groups of keywords that are unrelated. So when you try to rank for example, data science, all the things that you've written for translation is not really helping you. And this is one of the main things that we're going to consider when it comes to strategies. So let's talk about those strategies. Here are 3 strategies that you can use to take advantage of how the knowledge graph works to rank your profile higher. Strategy number 1, instead of just choosing one keyword and try to stick with that, you want to write about a variety of keywords that are related to that main idea, main type of job that you want to try to rank for. For example, let's say you want to rank for clients who look for web developer. You're going to want to write not just about, hey, I'm a web developer. You want to also elaborate on all the other aspects of web development that you can offer, the technologies you use, and all these different things. Like, elaborate, talk about all the breadth of topics and skills that you have, not just the main keywords, but at the same time, do focus on one category on your profile. It's important to focus because, in a sense, if you try to make a generalist profile, what's going to happen is that you either will have to keep all your sections divided and you talk a little bit about every job you have and not in detail, which means that you don't show a lot of relevance to the knowledge graph for these search terms, or you include all the information and are thorough and in-depth in every section, but for multiple different types of jobs, which means that your profile is very long and weird and doesn't sell as well when clients look at it. And it's really not a good client experience when clients look at a profile and they have these huge blocks of text where most of it is not relevant to you, because if you're looking for a web developer and half the profile is about freelance writing, all those sections about writing are not interesting to you and make you feel like you're wasting your time looking at that profile. Like, it's not a good strategy to have a generalist profile. Instead, you want to use strategy number 2, which is to use your specialized profiles, which is a function on Upwork that allows you to make variants of your profile. I mean, second, third versions of your profiles that contain different information. And so what you can do with these specialized profiles, for example, if you are a podcast host and let's say a photographer, you can make one specialized profile for photography, where you talk about everything photography and just photography, and your other profile, maybe your main profile, you only talk about what you do as a podcast host. This way, both of your profiles can rank high in their respective niches. And also, you need to be aware that specialized profiles, even if you're a specialist and you only have like one skill set, you want to use them. All right. You have a limit of 3 profiles, but even if you're just, for example, a web developer, you make websites, it doesn't mean that you should just make one profile where you target web developer. You can make other different specialized profiles that are still about what you do in web development, but more specialized. You can have your general web developer profile. You can have one of your profile that is about a skill like DOM manipulation with JavaScript, and say that you're the expert of that, and you elaborate more on these sort of things so that when clients search for JavaScript DOM manipulation on the search bar, they're going to be more likely to find you because of how specialized on that variant of your profile is. And you can make other different variants of your profile based on different parts of your skill sets or different types of projects that you can target. Really, it gives you more opportunities to appear in search and allows you to target different keywords with each variant of your profile. It's not a tool that I would avoid if you're a freelancer and you try to rank and start getting a lot of job invitations. Strategy number 3 is to understand that because the more elements you have on your profile, the more the knowledge graph sees you as relevant to what the client is searching for, and the more you tend to appear high. That means that if you keep sections on your profile blank and short, it means that you will have less information that the knowledge graph can look at to give you points to rank you higher for these keywords and search terms, which means that keeping your profile short and keeping some sections empty is actually penalizing you. So you want to make sure that your profile is as complete as possible, and also that it's detailed to give you more opportunities to rank higher based on how the knowledge graph system works. And this is actually the number one advice that Upwork keeps giving us about how to build profiles that rank well. It's to make complete profiles. Focus on what they call profile completeness, which is simply to be detailed and to complete as many sections as possible on your profile. By using these strategies, you can get more views on your profile and get invited to more jobs. But these are not the only ways for you to make more money on Upwork. I actually made a video recently on 3 ways to make more money on Upwork. If you're interested, click here or go check it out in the description. If you want more guides on Upwork, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care.